about 19 of you in the chat, and you can see the Q&A, a question mark showing at the top. It gives you the ability for you to ask any question. You won't be able to talk, but you can type and ask any question. We'll be recording this session, and we would upload it to YouTube and give you a link for you to go and watch it. Yeah, I can see your screen, Eloha. Thank you so much.
Sachs, yeah?
You said?
Can you see the Goldman Sachs page?
Yes, I can see your screen, and it's live. That screen is live right now. So we have about 22 people joining. Maybe we should wait for like 2 minutes and see how many people get to join. But right now here with me, let me share Eloha's two screen, your screen and also your video. Just a second. Should I put your face out there? Because I'm sure they would like to see it.
So I can start addressing now before the other students.
You mean you want to start, right?
No, I can start addressing them concerning the Goldman Sachs internship in general.
Sure. We have 23 of them right now. So once again, thank you so much for joining everyone, wherever you are joining us from. We are so grateful to have you today. Here with me is Eloho. I'm just trying to pronounce your name right always. Yeah, and she's joining us from Nigeria, so you can see that at least most of you know about Ghana Jollof, which is the nicest thing we have to discuss.
Yeah, to go there. Yeah, that's serious, man.
Yeah, so Eloha is the CEO of CodeLane, and they are working direct with the Goldman Sachs to ensure that you guys your internship, those of you well experienced will be shortlisted. She has a lot of info to tell you. She'll be running through this about 20 minutes, and then her co-founder, Esther, would also be joining us to take us through how you can build a CV. And I'm so much grateful to be your host for this session. Hi, Eloha. You can take over.
Okay, hello everyone. So I'm Ella Thomas. I guess most of you must have received an email from me now. I'm used to people addressing me as sir, but I'm a lady, which is fine. So I just wanted to give you guys a brief about the Goldman Sachs internship and then assist you with your application. So ideally, we run this with Goldman Sachs yearly. We did this last year for some of you that might have applied. I think we rolled out a lot of ads in Ghana last year, and we had a good number of you apply for the Goldman Sachs internship. And then we received, when we pushed out another ad this year, we received some complaints from people saying that Goldman Sachs never got back to them from the last time they applied. So first off, if you applied before, yes, you can apply again. And please take notes. We've been sending emails to you. We try to make emails as detailed as possible. You must be in 200, 300, 400 level. I don't know, for some of you have 5-year courses. So if you're just starting your 500 level, say you're in engineering or any department that requires that's a 5-year course, right? You can apply. If you have graduated, you do not need to apply. You are not eligible to apply. We still see some people that have graduated applying. So at the end of the day, you say Goldman Sachs will not get back to you. They will not get back to you because you have already graduated. This opportunity is for only students undergraduates. If you are in 100 level, do not bother to apply, okay? So 200 level and above, and not those that are graduating this year. If you are graduating this year, you are not eligible. If you have graduated, you are not eligible. If you are in 100 level, you are not eligible, okay? So how does it work? Every detail on the mail we have sent, we try to make it detailed enough and in order for you guys to apply. Another reason why you might not have been contacted is because you did not complete your application. So the fact that last time we did not assist you, you did it yourself. So the fact that you went in and signed in, some of you dropped that before you even submitted the application. So for you, your application to reach Goldman Sachs as a confirmed application, it must be an application that has been submitted. Take note, your application must be submitted. So what we decided to do this year is help you through the initial stages, help you pre-fill your details. That's why we used a Google form. Some of you were saying Goldman Sachs will not say you should apply through a Google form. Fine, this is our own process of helping you because we want We are very passionate about helping Africans generally, but our focus is on engineering and the tech side, right? Get access to global opportunities. Goldman Sachs is a global company, it's an audit firm. They have so many branches across the world. It's part of the big, I think they call them big five or big six, right? So Goldman Sachs, PwC, Ernst & Young. So it's a very great opportunity for you, right? So we are helping you pre-fill your details. That's why you're filling it in a Google form. When you fill it in a Google form, we will now help you impute it into Goldman Sachs application and to make the process seamless for you, because last year we're getting a lot of questions. So when we pre-fill your details into the Goldman Sachs application, we are not submitting for you. That is not a confirmed submission. So what you need to do is to work on your CV and upload your CV. So we cannot, of course, we can't help you with the entire process. So we have given you a template that will help you draft your CV. Hopefully Dexter is around to help you put you through the process. But ideally, the template is guiding you. Their details, if you've seen the template, if you open it, fill in your details in the template. So that's why we shared it with you earlier. So that by the time you have pre-filled your details, you can just, all you just need to do is go and upload your CV, look through all we have filled for you before you click the submit button. Take note, a complete application is only what you reach Goldman Sachs, and that means you have to upload your CV, fill every detail, and submit. Another issue we've been getting is that some people have not been seeing their universities. This is fine. Goldman Sachs is aware. So what we are doing, I think that I sent a message to Idris. Idris is compiling the list of universities that are missing. So I don't know if you have a chat section. If you've not seen your university, you can put it in the chat section. Idris will pull that out. Okay. So before the deadline, Goldman Sachs will upload your universities. You can see it so you can have a complete application. Okay, so some of you are saying, we've submitted, we filled the Google form, but we've not heard back from you, we've not gotten our password. It's fine. We received so many applications, so it's taking a while for us to pre-fill for you, right? So if you've not gotten the password, don't worry. But if you are here with us today, you can do the process yourself. You don't necessarily need us to pre-fill. So we only pre-fill for those that did not, that have not filled it. So I'll be taking you through the application today. Hopefully you have your laptop and stuff. You can follow through as I'm going through and be filling your details on the platform, right? As I am filling, I'll give you an example. The screen will be recorded, it will still be sent to you, but hopefully at the end of this session we have a good number of people that have completed their application and submitted, right? So we want you to do this fast before the deadline so that you'll be considered. Of course, you know, if you finish before the deadline, your application will be considered, right? If the deadline, you exceed the deadline and then you submit later, or you might not even be able to submit later. Okay, so some of you, now take note of this also, we can only apply for people that are applying for the first time. We can only pre-fill, like I said, for people that are applying for the first time. So if you have applied before, we do not have access to your password, of course. So we are applying for new candidates because we can give them a dummy password, use their email they submitted and give them a dummy password, and then they go and pre-fill. But if you applied before, we don't have access to your password. So for some of you that might not have received a mail from us with your password or login details, is because you have applied before. So you have a pre-existing account, right? So which is fine. So we will not be able to help you with the application, but I will still guide you here today, and we'll still send this video to everybody so that they can follow the process, right? So I think I've covered most of the complaints that we have received, right? So in summary, if you're just coming in, you need to have a complete application. That's an application that has a CV, an application that every required fields are filled with the X star. Every required field has been filled, and you need to submit your application before you be considered for the internship. If you've not gotten a password from us and you are a first-time applicant, don't worry, you receive the password before the deadline. If you are if you've applied to Goldman Sachs before, we cannot help you pre-fill your details. So hopefully this video will guide you on how to proceed, because this process is different from the previous process. Okay, now about the Goldman Sachs opportunity, like I said, it's a huge opportunity. You get the chance to travel abroad. So yes, you're traveling to London the same way you intern with a company in Ghana, in Accra, or anywhere you want to intern with, right? So it's 6 to 8 weeks. You intern with one of their branches, but this time around, they are saying they are taking Africans to London, right? So in the details we are pre-filling, you would most likely see London there, right? So you go to London, you learn from experts. They have a tech team. So you learn all this. This is just for people that know how to, like engineers generally, people in computer science or scientists, or if you are familiar with coding. So you get a chance to learn from them. And take note, we've received over 1,000 applications. Of course, Goldman Sachs cannot take 1,000 of you. So if you don't hear back from Goldman Sachs, it's most likely because maybe you did not complete your application or you've not been considered. That is not within our control. Everybody that applies on our form, we are pushing your application, or we are sending for you that you've applied before. We are sending you this video to guide you to complete your application. So the onus is on you to complete your application if you have applied before. For first applicants, we are applying for them, and all they need to do is complete the application. The onus is on you to complete your application and submit. No application that is not submitted will not be considered, right? So it is there for Goldman Sachs to consider which students they are taking to the next round, right? Because there will be a test. If you're not aware, there will be like a coding test, right? So Goldman Sachs considers from all the applicants who push to them, if you've applied or pushing you to Goldman Sachs, they decide how many of you they are taking to the next level. And you must pass the coding test to a certain benchmark, right, before you will be considered to the next stage or even given the opportunity. Goldman Sachs cannot give all 1,000 of you or over 1,000 of you the internship opportunity, okay? So please don't feel bad if you're not accepted. As long as you're still in school, you can still keep applying, and of course your application will get better. That's why we want to help this application to be better than the previous ones. So if it's fine by you, Idris, I can proceed with the I can proceed with guiding them on the application on the website. Is that okay?
Awesome. Yeah, take it away. And people are saying they really enjoy what you're saying, so that's great. We are making progress. We have 39 people in the chat, and we are so much grateful to have all of you. If you have some friends that are supposed to join, tell them to join us. Thank you so much. Take it away.
Okay, so this is for a pre-existing account. So I have an account, but I've cleared all the data so that I can guide you. So if you are applying for the first time, as I mentioned earlier, first applicants will help you with it. You just have to be patient. We'll send you your login details later, right? But this is for a first applicant, you have to sign up. Like the same way you have to register, same way you register on any website. So you see a different set of details, right? You fill in your first name, last name, email, password, and proceed. So once you submit, to take you to so of course your login page, and you put your distance. So please follow suit. Idris, you can check the chat if we have questions, right? But let me just take them through. So when you log in, you're going to see this page, right? So don't get so confused with every other thing underneath the picture. Just go straight to your name. So click on your name. When you click on your name, you will see that this drops down, and you see the summer analyst, right? So if you've not applied before, you have to start a new application. Maybe I should take you through that, so that for those that have not applied for this thing. So if this is your second application and you've not started before, ideally you can go here. Then you select, take note, this is what you are applying for. Don't apply for the ones beneath. So you apply for this, right? Please be patient with my internet. Okay. Come on. So you click on this, it takes you to your dashboard where you see the details to apply. But not sure why this is taking so long. Okay.
Cool.
Let me go through too. Sorry, Idris, you were saying something?
Yeah, is it working now?
My internet is still slow. I'm not sure.
Cool. These are normal stuff. So thank you so much for joining us once again. It's Eloha from Codelane, the CEO of Codelane, talking to you. Great. I think it's open. Oh.
Yes. So once you click on that button, it takes you here. So this is where you start your application for this position preference. So you start from your now take note, everything that has a red asterisk is compulsory, so it must be filled, right? So, and you can see when you start, this is going to be X because I filled it before. It's showing a green tick. So once you complete every stage, there should be a green tick here. So you are applying for 2021. You cannot start an internship in 2020 because this is already 2020. So that's the recruiting year. What position are you applying to? Summer internship, okay? What program are you applying to? Take note, summer analyst. Summer associate is for more senior people, but you're applying for summer analyst, right? Then select a location. Now take note, this is you don't type Ghana, you can't find Ghana here. Where would you like to intern? So as I mentioned, for Africans, you're taking you to London, or they are taking you to London. So you prefill London here. Select a division, engineering, because this is for the tech, right? Select a subdivision. Take note, Africa recruiting program. Then do not add another, leave it, only red fields, okay? Are you legally authorized to work in EMEA? So yes, this is A represents Africa in summary. Will you now in the future require a sponsorship for employment visa? So in my own case, it is a no. So it's left for you to decide what you want to fill there. Do you plan to study abroad this academic year? So if you this year, I don't know if you plan to study abroad, it's there for you, but for me, no. When are you available to start work? Of course, take note of what's happening in the country. You cannot start in 2020. When does your internship usually, when are you supposed to go for internship? So it's between, from my knowledge, between this and this, so you can fill any of this. Then for every session you fill, save and continue, okay? So can you see there's a green tick? It means that you completed this section. Cool. So what's your title? I am Miss. First name is preferred for you. Middle name, preferred name. So I'll prefer Jasmine because that's my first name, right? Your email is preferred for you. So this is where you put your own country. So in this case, Ghana, right? Address. So you put your address in full. Number 1, Banana Street, East Legon, right? Postal town, of course, Accra. County or state, Greater Accra. So zip code 0050. So this is the first code of your country, right? That's 233, right? So your phone number, I've prefilled this before you fill in your phone number here. Then you save and continue. You can see that it's very easy. In less than 5 minutes you can finish. Take note, the green tick is there, okay? So I don't know if there's anyone following. If you are following, so yeah, I noticed that there's some issue here. When you click, it takes a while to drop, but just be patient. So say I am in University of Ghana. Okay, so this session is always so once you feel Ghana, the universities in Ghana will drop, but this is just an example because of time, right? Expected year of graduation. So when are you expected to graduate? I am not a student, but hopefully your expected year of graduation should be above 2020, right? So it could be 2021, it could be 2022. Country of study is Ghana, right? Because we are all Ghanaians. Grading system. So you can just click a select there. Grade, math, GPA. Okay, I think this should be my internet too. Should show something different. Okay, let's see. I don't think this is filling correctly. Degree category, bachelor's if you're in sciences. If you're in engineering, of course, you know, is I think BEng or something. Sorry, not BA on. So if you're in science, it should be BSc on, no? So if you're in engineering, you pick this. If you're in sciences, it will most likely be this or this, right? So in my own case, it was this. Your major subject.
While Eloho is continuing, I would just like to call your attention that we have Eloho's co-founder, Desta, who would be taking next after Eloho. So he'll be talking about CV. So Eloho, you can take it from there. Just wanted to acknowledge Desta here.
Okay.
Continue. You have a lot of.
So education, there was a part we didn't preview. That's why it's showing an X. So we have to go back. I'm not sure why, but this is not filling. Okay, now it's working. So in my own case, my grading was over 5, right, for my GPA. So over 5 is not here. I'll pick order. So grading system is going to be GPA. Enter your results. So let's say I'm a first class student, right? I don't lie you, I got 5 over 5, right? So you don't necessarily need to fill this if you don't want to. As you can see, it doesn't have an X star, right? So now we can, so anything that is not required, if you want to fill it, I don't know if you have a second degree, you can fill it. If you know anything that is not a red star and you don't have it, you don't need to fill. So when we click save and continue, it's going to save now. So you can see it's now a green tick. So the language I speak English. I'm fluent, right? Spoken proficiency, fluent. That's for me. Oh, if you are not fluent, you don't write it there. Advanced. Don't give yourself too much wahala. Now you can see that this technical skills is not compulsory, right? But if you have, you can feel. If you have some skills, you can feel, right? So order, I don't see my skills. Okay, they don't even have. If you can work with any of this, you can put it there, but if you can't, it's fine. There should be more, right? So let's say if somebody knows HTML, you can put HTML there. So your proficiency is, let's say, intermediate or basic, whichever you want to fill. So you can see that this is not compulsory, it's not an X star. So if you don't know how to code at all, it is fine. You don't need to fill this session. So save and continue. Can you see the green tick is there? So you're good to go. Disclosures. Have you previously worked with Goldman Sachs? No. So you can read all of this, but you will most likely be feeling no if you don't have anybody there. I do not have anybody that works with Goldman Sachs. So I don't have anybody that's in the government entity. So this is personal to you, right? I don't have a family member working with Goldman Sachs. Your gender, I'm female. Your ethnicity, take note of this. You are Black or African American, right? So it gives you a subdivision. Then you are Black African, right? Please indicate your military experience. I do not have. If you have, you can put it there. Disability. I don't have a disability, or if you don't want to answer, you can click this. But it will help them. If in case they are flying you to London, if you have a disability, you want to let them know, right? For example, if you're blind or if you can't walk or stuff like that, you have to notify. If you put I don't wish, they won't know, so they can't prepare for you in case you get the internship. Sexual orientation. Now take note of this, right? You can see that the normal one is not there, right? I'm not bisexual, I'm not gay, I'm not a gay woman, I'm not heterosexual, I'm not a lesbian. So you feel other. If you're neither of these things, you feel other. If you prefer not to say it's okay, you can click this, but me, I'm clicking other. So do you identify as a transgender? Are you I'm not sure the exact way of saying it, but is it that I think it relates to being gay or not, right? You just kind of maybe that. So I am not transgender. Like I don't feel.
So I think some folks, change the agenda from being a
Oh,
man
okay.
and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So if you were a man before and you changed to a woman, right?
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you can feel, yes, you are transgender. But me, I've always been a woman, so no. So do you consent to, this has to do with Goldman Sachs taking your data, I consent, right? Are you the first generation in your immediate family to attend university? No. My father went to university, right? But if you are the first in your family, you click yes. Are you eligible for, were you eligible for free meals in school? My school, they were not giving free meals. You have to bring your meal by yourself. So it's no, right? What type of school did you attend? I attended a school where I was paying school fees. I didn't attend any free school. So know that this is personal to you. If you attended a public school, you put it there. So save and continue. Remember, for it to be complete, you must have a green tick. Cool. So affiliation and upload. So this is where it gets interesting. So This one has no detail. Are you a member of anything? If you are not a member, you don't need to fill, right? So you just leave it there. I'm not a member of any of these things. Job code, if you're answering advertised, like I don't even know what this means. You can see it doesn't have a red star, so it doesn't really relate to you. Have you attended these interviews? I don't know about them, so leave it alone, okay? So your motivation, we took your motivation in your forms, so we would most likely put it here. So this is where you write. Now take note, this is also important. This is part of the things they will use to grade you, whether you be accepted or not. So you can write, you need to write something interesting. I am interested because I'm interested in taking a career in coding, or something. But preferably write at least 2 paragraphs. Don't just write I love Goldman Sachs. If you write I love Goldman Sachs, it will tick that you've completed the field, but that's not a good reason. So you can say I would love, please don't write what I'm writing, to I would love to be a programmer. I mean, this is me. If you have other things, so you need to write something very interesting. I would like to continue a career in coding, explain in 2 paragraphs. The people like Goldman Sachs or foreign companies, from what I've heard from previous applications, they like story. You can tell, don't write too much because it's 300 words, but you can tell a short story. Maybe, for example, when I was a kid, I love fixing parts. I love breaking things and seeing how it works. And so I decided to I entered into the university and picked the course of engineering. Now I would like to be a software engineer or a mechanical engineer in So you explain all of your details. So Goldman Sachs has most of the details that should be in your CV, but we have helped you. We sent you a template which Dexter will be taking you through to fill your CV, right? So in my own case, let me see if I can upload one. To fill your CV.
Yeah, right before you go ahead with your CV, like Aloha mentioned, Desta would be taking you through how to, get a developer CV. And just to call your attention that Codelane is a platform that verifies software developer skills. And so they are well vested when it comes to your CV and all those stuff. So it's just great that you have them here. I just wanted to call out your attention that some people are asking some few questions in the chat. So before you upload the CV, they ask that all this will be pre-filled for us. Like, I mean, all the steps you went through, are they going to be pre-filled for them? And also, I think one of the question is coming from the fact that they had to fill the Google form and then you create their account on their behalf. Have they been sent the login credentials? And should they have been sent? Is that, when they log in, then they can, update, their profile? Which of them?
Okay, so yes, all of these things will be pre-filled for. Everything you fill in the form will be pre-filled for you. But we did not collect your CV. So when we submit it to you, you have to go and upload your CV. See, I just uploaded my CV now, and it shows this is the name of my CV. So if you don't see it here, it means you've not uploaded your CV, right? Now, I addressed this before when I started, right? If it's your first time applying for Goldman Sachs interview, we have the access to pre-fill for you because you don't have a previous password. So we are going to pre-fill for you. If you've not gotten your password, be patient. You will get it before the deadline. Like, we received a lot of applications, but we'll send it to you. Okay? If it's your first time applying for Goldman Sachs internship and you are here and you are following with the process, it's fine. You can sign up on your own and go through this process on your own. It's okay. It's just that you have to fill the details you've given us before. So if you want to go through it on your own, feel free to do so. We are still going to check everybody's details. Everybody that submitted, we'll check their details and see if they have logged in before the deadline. If they've completed, we can't see if you have completed the application. We can only see if you have logged in. So the onus is on you to complete your application, right? Now, if you have applied before, please note, if you have applied before, we cannot pre-fill for you. So we're not aware of this before. If you have applied for Goldman Sachs before, internship, we cannot pre-fill for you. That is why it's mainly because of you we are having this session. So you have to go and sign up the same way I've explained. Sorry, log in because you have a password before. Log in and continue this process how I have explained it to you today, and then ensure that you submit your application. I hope I have addressed your question. So first time applying for Goldman Sachs ever, we will pre-fill for you. You want to do it by yourself, it is fine. You can do it by yourself, right? If you have applied before and this is your second time, we cannot pre-fill for you. We don't have access. We don't have your password, right? So you have to do this by yourself. Okay, have I answered all their questions?
Yeah, but I think it's going great. You've answered that much. So I just have one question here. You said, "Hi, aloha, good morning. Sorry, please, I just joined. Sorry for joining late." And
So,
the first part asks, "Which recruiting year should I select, please?"
okay,
Um,
2021. Please take notes. We are going to send them the video, the recording, right?
yes, we are going to send
Okay.
the recording. So I'll share a YouTube channel that you should go and then stay tuned over there. I'll just upload it there and then you would have your way into
Good.
it. Yeah, so take it away.
Okay, so if you're late, don't worry. You get access to this link and then you can follow my process. So I'm not going to go back, but you have this recording that you used to pre-fill again. Cool. So you save and continue. Remember, I've uploaded my CV. Okay, hopefully my internet does not mess up today again. Okay, it's going. Can you see now? Please take notes. You can see the.
Just to call your attention.
Okay.
No, it's Microsoft Teams, so your internet wouldn't mess up that much. You can proceed.
Look at you. Go away. Yeah, that's serious. So, in other words, ensure that every single section you have a green tick. This is only when you can submit. Note, you will not see the submit button unless you have filled everything. We can take an example, right? So once you are done with filling everything, you can now click submit. Now, we can, for example, I would like to show you, let's see, okay, no file choosing. So I'm deleting my CV. I'm removing one section, right? Come on, delete. So I want to have an incomplete session. I'll show you that you will not see the submit button. So I'll save and continue. So if you have a session that is not filled, you will not see that submit button, okay? But for once all your sessions are filled, you see the submit button. You must click submit for Goldman Sachs to receive your application and consider you for an internship. If you have not submitted and you claim that you have applied for Goldman Sachs, it's a lie. You will not be considered even for the next stage, okay? So that is all. Let me just do it again so that you see. And okay. So take note, 2 paragraphs at least that have something reasonable, right? Upload your CV. So take notes, now you can submit, right? So you click submit. So because it's a dummy application, I won't click the submit. Cool. So once you click submit, Goldman Sachs receives your application and then they can follow up with you via email. Okay, so if you don't hear from Goldman Sachs, it is not our fault. Just as a disclaimer, it's either you did not submit your application, you did not complete it, or Goldman Sachs was not considering you for the next stage of the recruitment. So, Idris, I think I'm done.
Amazing. That was a great session by Eloho, the CEO for CodeLink, taking you through all the process. I think we have a couple of questions, but we would be closing exactly at 11 because CodeLink, I think you have a meeting because Desta has a meeting around 11, so we need to make sure that we close as early as possible. But then I just wanted to call out your attentions, those of you asking of the recording, that we will upload it to YouTube. So you just head over to YouTube and type MS Inspire. I would share the link over here, or even type my name, Dawood Idris, and you should be able to get it either on MS Inspire or on my channel. Also, we will be adding all of you to the Microsoft Teams, so you can chat with your fellow, attendees. Oh, Desta, are you here? Hi, Desta.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Amazing. Amazing. So Desta will be
Can you
taking.
hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, sure. Let me
Okay,
put you
good.
up here. Cool. Yeah, and then can you share your screen, or is it okay to just put you up there without your screen?
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you so much once again for joining. I will share a link in the chat, and then we will also send out some emails for you to get the recording link. We are also on WhatsApp. We have a page on WhatsApp, so you can join there as well. I think before Eloha goes, very quickly, because I know you have to go soon. So please, I want to know the number of stages involved in the internship pursuits, the number of stages. Eloha, can you talk about that?
Sorry, so last year, what they did is you apply, then some of you in Ghana, they came to Ghana, the entire team came to Ghana, I think over 20 of them, I met with them. So they had a session, a physical session, where the candidates came and they had the test together. It was an on-site session. So, but that was last year. So I'm not sure how the process will be this year, but the stage is usually you apply, you get invited for a test. So it's usually an event and a test when it was a physical session, but this test is most likely going to be online and the event will most likely be a webinar, right? So when you've done that, then they'll send you a mail based on your performance who will be selected for that.
Awesome. So that was the question and that was the answer. Let me read one last one before we just let Desta take over. So I think, where is the question once again? I saw the question right here. So those of you who want to log in but are having login failure, Eloa, can you talk about that? What can we do for them?
So for you, like I mentioned earlier, there are two categories of people. You have applied before, and you've applied before. So if you have applied before, it means that you should have your email you used to apply before and your login. If you cannot get access into the platform, you have to go and reset your password. Okay, so you have to reset your password. I think there's a session for resetting your password, right? So if you're first time applying, you shouldn't have experienced any issue. And then we said if you experience an issue, we can also help you with the application. So I don't think that that should be an issue.
Okay, so yeah, that's okay. Let me just take over from you to Desta. I don't know whether you might be able to stay around, but Eloha is very busy. If she is able to stay around, that's cool. But Desta would take it and then talk about how your CV should look like as a student developer or a developer. And I did it with Desta. Hi, Desta.
Hi, Luis.
Yeah, so you actually helped me improve my CV from what I had then to what I have,
Yes.
right. So it was amazing, getting coach from you. And that's why I just thought that, hey, you know what, as part of the list of this meeting, we should get you on board for you to tell us about how a developer CV should look like. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dawood, and probably we would get to speak at the tail end. So take it away, Desta.
Okay, sorry, before you proceed, Desta, I sent them a CV for students, college CV. So this is not the CV I sent to them. I just sent it to you via your email. That one, I've removed most of the things that are not necessary. So if you check your email now, you see it. It's similar, but it's for the college. So I would prefer we use that one for them, so that they will just download and continue. And some of them are they are doing it as we are doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Desta would be sharing that, just like Eloha mentioned. It means, coding is just trying to simplify all the process for you so that you just get some.
Sorry, Idris, I don't think I mentioned this. Maybe I would let me just explain what we do at Coding before Dexter gets ready.
Do it.
Okay, so for those of you that are not, that do not know what we do, the name of our company is called Coding. Dexter and I are co-founders of Coding. And then what we do is we connect software engineers to jobs, and we don't just start at the point where you have graduated. We start before you graduate. So we have opportunities like this for you. I think some time ago, some few months ago, we had something we did with Microsoft in Kenya. So we have different opportunities for you, right? We have internship as well. So we connect you to job opportunities like this, right? And then when you graduate, for every Ghanaian student, you need to have a profile on Coding, right? Have a profile on Coding, then we connect you to jobs, right? We help you get jobs. Now, we do not work with just Ghanaian clients. We have clients across Africa. We also have clients in America and in Europe. So if you want to work with your dream country in Ghana, we are connected to, we are clients with most of the top companies in Ghana. If you want to work outside Ghana, if it's South Africa, Nigeria, any country, we have that. If you want to work in America, in the US, we can connect you to your dream jobs. Okay, so I think Dexter is ready now. Thank you very much. So please sign up once you are done. Once you have graduated, preferably you can sign up on our platform. It's www.colin.com. So if you can share, okay, yeah, you can share it with them. Perfect. So I think Dexter is ready now. Dexter, take it away.
Okay, guys. I grant myself. I'm Dexter Watara. I'm Ivorian. I'm in charge of recruitment at Codelin. And today for this session, I would like to share with you some tips and advice when you are writing your CV. Basically, when you are a candidate for a job or for an opportunity, you need to make sure your application is right, like everything is standard, and you can have what you deserve. I will give you one example. As a recruiter, you can receive 100 applications for one job, but we need to select who can fit for the job. And basically, you don't have time to call each candidate to discuss with them, ask them questions, and try to know much about them. Basically, you are supposed to read a CV and say, okay, based on this information, I think this guy can fit for the role. You see, like you need to make sure you are doing something right. Basically, you have 15 seconds to catch attention of a recruiter. Like each recruiter will spend at least 10 to 50 seconds to review all your CV. And for this 15 seconds, you need to push a lot of information, but also to summarize everything to make sure it's clear, it's understandable for the recruiter. The second thing, you need to make sure everything on your CV has strong points and are true. I will review with you with CV, and like I will explain what I mean by strong points and accurate information. Also, through your CV, the recruiter need to feel like you know exactly what you are looking for. Like you already have a plan for your career. Basically, when I read your CV, I can say, okay, this guy want to be a front-end developer, or want to be a project manager, or maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Like I need to, based on your information, I can say, okay, I think I understand what this guy is looking for, and I think it fits for our company culture and what you are looking for basically inside the institution. Also, I think VCV is right because like this is a college resume. We can ask the same kind of information we are looking for. We will ask for we will ask an engineer to put on a CV and compare to a student. Like I think we start now. You can put your question on the chat and that will share with me, and yeah, I will answer all these questions. Okay, basically we start with this first information. You are supposed to put your full name on your resume. Like this is really important because sometimes people have the same name, like especially for Nigerians and Ghanaian. Like basically there are some same name you can have for many candidates, and you need to make sure you have everything, every section is complete. And also you need to put your title. Sometimes people just put software engineer or a generic name, a generic title. This is not really right because sometimes a recruiter can work on different job application. It can be receiving candidate for a full stack role, for a front end role. I don't know if you are familiar with these terms But if you are not, you can just share with me and I will answer. And you need to say, okay, I want to apply for this specific role inside your company. This just guide the recruiter to say, okay, is this for this role? Also, you need to push your state and your country, your email. This is really important. And also your phone number. For your phone number, please use like your WhatsApp number, because I think is the one you will use all of the time. Make sure your phone number is on your CV. And as a student, you need to start to complete your LinkedIn profile. This is really important. You need to have a LinkedIn account. Basically, the way you have a Facebook account, a Twitter account, and every stuff, you need to have a Twitter account to start to build your career and to show to people, okay, this is what I'm looking for. And for the developer, I don't know if you are familiar with GitHub, but GitHub is like a social media for developer. In this social media platform, you're not supposed to come and share a picture, explain your life and blah, blah, blah. No, you are supposed to say, okay, yesterday I was thinking about build like a delivery app to solve a particular problem. And I start to work on this. And this is my code, it works, and this is the demo. Is the purpose of GitHub, and this can show to any recruiter or any senior dev, okay, this guy can build, he can build a tool, he can build something useful, and he can show me I'm not supposed to come and teach him basic stuff like what is HTML, what is P paragraph, what is this basic stuff. I know, okay, this guy already know the basics. You need just guidance to make sure he can scale. Great. I think the most important thing now is your work experience or volunteer experience. Like if you are a student, we probably need to have like already a work experience is low, but you can fix that using like a volunteer experience. Basically, on your school, for example, there's some club, developer club, or any other activities. You are supposed to join this kind of club to work with your peer, to try to work inside a community, to learn how to start to receive responsibility for your career. Basically, for it is, for example, I know you already work inside the school to lead communities for Microsoft or other communities, and it was the same for me. In school, I was part of Google communities, Microsoft communities, and this was really interesting for me because you can meet great people, like people who really want to be software engineers. And based inside this different club, you can learn new stuff, because inside the school, sometimes you can get a bit lost because the content from teachers or the institution are not updated. Like we are talking about microservices and new stuff. And at school, we are looking to do introduction to coding and some basic stuff. And when you are inside a club, you can learn from experts, and this can help you to build your career. And basically, when you write your work experience, you are supposed to put your title inside the group. The company for you, for example, this is a school experience. You are supposed to put, okay, I'm from Asheshi or any other university. You are supposed to put this information. And said I started in January, in March from this year. you are supposed to put all this information, because don't expect the recruiter to call you to ask you, okay, you said you have experience, you did this experience when it was, and don't expect the recruiter to call you because you already have 100 applications. Expect to see this information directly in your CV. And the first thing you need to do is to start by your recent experience to your previous experience, to show is the most important thing. So okay, in 2020, this is what I did, and after you go to 2019, 2018, and put all this information. And most of the time when I receive CV, I think some people are not proud of what they did, or they don't understand what they did for companies. For example, someone can work inside a company, and because maybe he doesn't like too much his company, he doesn't want to push to tell more about his company. But this is wrong. You are supposed to say, okay, I work maybe for I said for Ghana delivery, for example, and you are supposed to say what is Ghana delivery is about, what the purpose, why someone starts to do this business. You need to explain what is Ghana delivery for at the beginning, and after you need to explain your daily tasks inside the institution. Say this is I'm in charge of this. This is what my achievement. People give me to maybe improve the code quality inside the company and blah blah blah. You need to explain everything. Like as a recruiter, I'm comfortable. I can read your CV and say, okay, you work for this company, the delivery company, which means this guy understands the business of delivery. He knows each second is important. And when a client want to order for one item, he knows already is important to have a clean code, because if a client is not able to purchase one item, this is bad for the company, because there are many other platforms like this you can go and go for the same item. Just imagine you are using, for example, Jumia, and you want to order for, I don't know, for a basket, maybe for food, and you want to book for the item and it doesn't work. This is bad already for the company, because your company will lose money because of your code. Like, this is how the recruiters start to think about you and say, okay, you was in charge of this part of the product and blah blah blah. Okay, I understand. This guy, this is his daily task for maybe 1 year or 2 years inside the company. I know if I recruit this guy, I don't need to train him. I don't need to tell him you are responsible for this and blah blah blah. No, you know already. And just try to be clear, but also don't push too much, because if you push too much information or useless information, people can get bored. You can say, okay, this guy is not able to summarize what he did. Maybe don't want to talk with this guy. It's the same thing for all your previous experience. When I say it's a volunteer experience, you need to explain these things. And as a student, because it's an internship opportunities, you can also say it, mention if you maybe did another kind of activities. Maybe you start to you have opened maybe a business just to support your fees and stuff like this. You can put this information. It's really relevant for a student to post this information, because you show to the recruiter you are someone. You don't need to come and motivate him to get things done, because you are able to work on your own. This is really important for a company. But also for a company is a mix of different personality. Recruiter can say, I'm looking for someone he can work on his own. You don't need guidance. You just say, okay, it is you are supposed to do this and that. The guy can go and build the things. But sometimes inside the company, you need some other kind of personality. People, you are supposed to tell them, okay, this is what we want to do. We want this exact thing. Please try to build it. This is fine. This is fine. Like, don't try to change your personality to show you are too strong, you are too independent. Sometimes people can look for other things. Just make sure uh, everything in your CV are just true. Um, okay, I think for the second part is about previous experience. You can just mention all these previous experience, but as a student, I don't think you have so many experience you can push here, but try to add what is relevant for the application. And also for education, if you are BSc in computer science and you are graduated, just put all this information here. You can push also for your college education, primary school. I don't think it's relevant, but for college, yes, it's relevant. Also, if you are already familiar with coding, you are supposed to say, okay, I started to learn HTML, JavaScript, PHP. You can put this information here, but make sure it's not false, because I remember I did one interview for a program, and in my CV I just put it, okay, I know HTML, JavaScript, and PHP. And during the interview, one of the recruiter said, okay, you put on your CV, you know PHP. I say yes. He just asked me some question about PHP. How if you want to do this of for loop, how do you solve it? Not with my laptop, just ask me to see my design process, and I was able to answer his question. If I was not able to answer this question, it was just done for me. Like, put what is really relevant. If you said you know JavaScript, people expect you to be able to explain basic stuff. You see, yes, for award and achievement, you are supposed to push all this information. If you were the best student of the year for your university, or if you was a winner for an hackathon, and anything like this, but you need to push the year and for which competition it was. Don't post fake award information. It's easy. It's easy to know if it's right or false. And also, there's one thing really important when you are on software, when you are software engineers. Like, it's a small world. It's a really small world. Basically, everybody know each other. If you start to lie, you will just destroy your brand. Like, people will say, okay, I work with this guy, he's not good as what he said, like blah blah blah. And at the end of the year, you realize nobody call you to build any tool or for any jobs. Like, just make sure things are true in your CV. Also, there are one really important things, like for English and other language. I remember I did my application for a program here in Ghana, and basically it was only French I know I was able to speak, and I just mentioned, okay, um, I speak French, but I can read in English, but to speak, you can see now, I'm not really good to speak English. I said, okay, I just put all this information on my CV, and during the interview, when he start to talk before the recruiter, he just start to speak in English and ask me question, and he said, okay, I see. What you say in your CV was true. While you are here, maybe try to manage and you can do your interview. Don't lie. I saw some people here visit different country, English country. They can put their good in French or good in French, for example. And because they don't expect to see a recruiter speaking French or do an interview with them, I say, okay, put in your CV you are fluent in French. Okay, can you do an interview in French? I say, yes. I started speaking French with him, and at the end of the day, it was just like, just try to don't write just on your CV. Just put relevant information, basically. Um, I think you can use these models. Um, every information are here, and if you are any issue, I think with this we can create a channel like we can try to help if someone need help. Yes. Idris, do you have any question for me?
Yeah, that's very true. Thank you so much for that. So I had no question in the chat. I think I had a couple of questions, but I tried to answer them. Please, I'm not okay. Let's see, please, for the title, since we are applying. I think you've done so much well with, the CV whole process and what should be put in on it. Someone is asking, should our volunteer experience be tailored towards our technical skills, or it should be general? I think I answered the person that it should be tailored through your technical skills, since you have been recruited for a software field and not, any other field. But do you have any addition over there?
Yes. If you are already graduating and you are looking for jobs, yes, your experience need to be related to software engineering fields. But if you are you are still student, and maybe you got to get graduated just few months ago, nobody expects you to have like this kind of experience. But you can use your other experience to add to say extra experience. Just create um, a new um,
Yeah.
place like as volunteer experience. You can push a new space on your CV to say, okay, this is what I did before, because basically you are a student.
You're a student and you have no much experience. So that's your answer over there. So
Yeah.
the point is, some of you might be having too much technical, skills experience. Who knows? You may be like me, who was a software developer before going to the university. So you might have the technical skills that much. So I think one thing that Desta mentioned to me sometime is that you need to make sure that your CV, you put the relevant stuff, right? And I have heard from Microsoft recruiters saying the same thing, that you need to make sure that whatever your CV shouldn't exceed 2 pages or something. So if you have to put so much things on your CV, make sure you're highlighting the most important ones. I mean, you have all important ones, but we want the most important stuff over there. So like Desta mentioned, as a student, that you can add all the experiences that you have, be it technical or non-technical. But if you have more of technical, just make sure to put the more of the technical stuff over there. I think we are so much good to go here. Desta also mentioned that we should create a channel. Yeah, so we have a Microsoft Teams channel that has over 190 people in there, and then we organize series of developer sessions for them. So you might consider joining us. And on WhatsApp, I have a group I created, so I will add Desta over there, specifically for the internship purpose. So once it is done, I will turn it into a developer group so that we can share more resources with you. I have a contest going on. You can win a free T-shirt from Microsoft. There are some couple of things on YouTube that you need to watch, comment, and share, and then we will select the best 4 people and give them T-shirts. So please join us on WhatsApp. My number is 0249887299. If you do not know, my name is Dawood. I'm a Microsoft MVP and the Chief Technology Officer for Bezomani, and we are so much excited that you took our opportunity to join us today. Desta, I think there's no question over there in the chat, and I know you have a meeting from your calendar.
Yes.
So we need to cut things short so that you can attend to your meeting. But then let me just give you 1 more minute. If you have any question, please put it in the chat. Any comments, anything, let us know. Desta said you should keep it real as possible. Make sure you don't lie on your CV. Most important stuff that you should know. And if you haven't joined many developer clubs and co, you were advised also by Desta to make sure to do that. We would share the link to the channel, which we would post, I've shared it again. If you want to keep in touch with me, my name is DAWOODIDDRIS, whether GitHub, Facebook, YouTube, website, dawoodidris.com. Anywhere, just find me and then let's keep in touch. Okay, so I think I'm not getting any more. Please type your WhatsApp number here.
Okay.
I will add my WhatsApp number. We need to let Desta go. If you want more of these sessions to be organized.
Okay, I will join just now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Desta. I will just.
Okay, guys, see you.
Okay.
I need to move.
Great. I see a lot of comments. People are so grateful. Please write your WhatsApp number, and please, how would we contact for further assistance? Please join the WhatsApp page. It has been mentioned. Yeah, we are ending the live event soon, and thank you so much for joining once again. My name is Dawood Idris, and make sure to subscribe to the channel I sent in the chat. We will upload it over there, and we'll share the link for you to go and watch.